Thank you for staying with us. It is still Ladies Rendezvous on Ogun State Television, and now it's time for issue of the day, and we'll be discussing this very vital topic, making the holidays count. Are you tired of screaming over your lungs? Are you tired of the stop here, come here, go there, sit down there, or you can't just wait for them to get back to school already? Now it's time for you to pay really, really good attention. Okay, now we have Mrs. Rosemary Adewale in the studio with us. Her name is Aminat Rosemary Adewale. She's an educationist, she's an assistant pastor, and also the proprietress of Day Spring Model School and College in Abeokuta. Her education, her career focuses on earning. She earned the BSc in education, that is economics, from Babcock University, and an MSc in educational management from Tai Sholari University of Education, and she previously worked with the finance sector of a particular reputable bank for over 10 years before her transition into education. Leadership and recognition focuses as a role as a proprietress, as she's committed to academic excellence and raising godly leaders through value-driven and innovative learning environment. And guess what? She has earned an award about this, concerning this particular attribute in the past, and she was the recipient of the Education Icon Award that was presented by Erudite Global Edutainment Limited in December 2024. And she's a devoted wife and a mother of beautiful children. You're most welcome on the program, Mrs. Rosemary Adewale.
Thank you very much, ma. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, it's so good to have you here.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Okay, we want to talk about making the most of the holidays, making the holidays count. You know, most parents believe it's taking the kids or their words to summer lessons, camps, just look for a way to take them, like push them out of the house. And then you've had too much of you, too much of eating, too much of noise making, too much of, stress. You just want to push them out. What exactly does it mean aside, definitely taking them out of the house?
Okay, thank you very much, ma. Yes, many parents think that it's the kids' holiday, so they should enjoy the holiday as much as possible. They should make the best use of that period since it's a break from learning. And sincerely, honestly speaking, learning can be very difficult. It's not an easy task. We're talking about children who wake up as early as 5:30. They're already on, in attempt to get set and prepared for school. And by 7:30, they're already in their various schools. And for some of them, yes, closing time, 2, 3, they'll be there to that time. And for those who probably are engaged with extra lessons to help them with their studies, they may be in school till 5:30. And they do that consecutively for 3 months. So really, holiday time is a time to look out for the children, not even to talk of the parents as well. That break is really, really worth it. However, a break from learning a break from school and school activities doesn't imply a break from learning. So as parents, we should find or do activities that can make us engage them properly while in holidays, such that by the time they return to school, they won't have forgotten all they learned. And in fact, I'd like to say this, that in my years of experience, we've seen pupils, pre-nursery, KG pupils who could write 1 to 7, and in the space of that little break, when they returned, they couldn't write.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it could be as bad as that. Some had difficulties chanting their multiplication tables. Some, the fluency in reading will no longer be there. So it's really fine when parents plan and engage them while on holidays. So I have a few tips that parents can, that we can, imbibe to engage the children. Number one is make them acquire new skills. New skills. It could be tailoring, it could be catering, learning how to bake, small chops, little things like that. Such knowledge, such skill, gets beyond the kitchen. if eventually the child takes interest in it and they build on it, can be converted into a very powerful skill that that child can use to, you know, become a commercial skill in the long run. You can enroll them for musical classes. You can also make them go for coding and robotic in tech hubs, and that's really, really essential in our today's world, that will empower children in the knowledge of AI and the likes. So what we should look out for as parents is to ensure that whatever skill we are exposing them to, that they are such that matches their passion.
Okay.
Yes, this will go a long way to determine if that child will develop interest in that particular skill after now. And to make it, you know, beautiful, we are in a generation we are raising.
So sorry to cut you short there.
Okay.
I'm sure that you get us back on the tips when we come back on this break. We have to take a very short one. When we come back, ladies, Rendezvous continues. Please stay with us. Many thanks for sticking with us. It's still Ladies Rendezvous on Ogun State Television, and then Mrs. Rosemary Adewale is trying to give, she has been giving us tips actually, yes, on how to keep our kids engaged and how to make the holidays count. Please continue.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So I said we should ensure that whatever skill we're exposing them to at their tender age, that they are such that they have passion in, such that after now they can develop that skill, can become something very big they may settle with at the end of the day after now. I also said that the generations we are raising, we are not raising children who will sit one career like in our days. They are versatile. They can do a lot of things. So we should prepare them for that future. Okay, secondly, parents should try to encourage their children to read. Read daily. Read daily. This will help them to boost their work.
How do we achieve that in this techie, world, tabs, television, everything? How do we the screen time?
Okay.
How do we achieve this?
Thank you, ma'am. That's why we have to intentionally help them to get learning materials that can actually help or tailor this season, towards that goal, what we want to achieve in them. Children can be very, very wonderful. I think the first thing that should happen is orientating them, letting them see reasons why they have to go through particular trainings and the likes. You know, that the period is not just for relaxation and eating and then glued to screen. There are a number of things they can achieve at this time. So, okay, I was saying the reading aspect, why it's very, very essential for children at this time is because it will help them to boost their word power. We also prepare them such that they will improve in their vocabulary and in their comprehension skill. You know, English language is one subject that has different parts. If a child is grounded with the comprehension passages so that they can read, interpret, and answer questions following, to a great extent, that child will do well. So periods like this, especially if you're able to get them age-appropriate books that you really catch their attention and pass lessons to them, they will develop their interest in reading. And sincerely, there is no subject done anywhere in the world that you won't need to sit down and read. So if the aspect of reading is worked on by parents during periods like this, they'll be good for it in the long run. Okay. We can also assign simple home tasks, home chores to them. You know, because of the rush you normally have while school is in session, you want to prepare them. They don't get to do so many things. You wake them up, they land in the bedroom, you're preparing them, you're also cooking and the likes. But periods like this, let's teach them to sweep. Little cleaning in the house. A 10-year-old boy can be told to be in charge of tidying up the sitting room during this period, and they'll do it well. And if we have gardens in our environment in the house, make them water plants. Let's expose them to little tasks. This will teach them to take responsibility. They will grow with that culture that we do things by ourselves. Daddies and mommies don't do everything for us, so they will grow with that understanding that they can do certain things. And there's a way they feel. If you make them do, they feel fulfilled, even though they are kids. They understand that. So we can do that. Then parents are also encouraged to use this season to help them build their handwriting skill. And it's very simple. All you need to do is to get 2D, that's the specific notebook we use for handwriting. And there's a way those letters should be written, which not everybody really understand that, but we can check online to see how those letters should be written. Give them, you are writing 2 pages today. For the next 30, for that child can be there writing. Right? You didn't write, go and write this. And then as she is stylishly doing that, the child is acquiring that knowledge, and the child is, and handwriting is key in schoolwork and lessons, because I've heard of some examiners that they will not waste their time to go through. Once the handwriting is bad, they cannot read, they give 0. So you are preparing them for what will be beneficial to them in the long run. Then children should be involved in cooking. I remember when our children, of course, with parent supervision, yes. The supervision must be there. Then age appropriate, activities they can do in the kitchen, yes. I remember when our children were growing up, I just felt that they were too young to be exposed to kitchen activities, just like you reacted now. It was my husband who said, oh, you want to be doing everything? Okay, don't worry, sit there and watch me. And then one day, just picked them, I invited them to the kitchen, and he was teaching them, if you need to boil 5 cups of rice, with this bowl, you measure 2 bowls, using this plastic of water to boil your rice. I don't know how he was able to, get that measurement. And then before I knew it, at age 7, 8, they could boil rice. They would do, in the kitchen, yes, they knew the measurement to take. For boiling 5 cups of rice, they could do that. They would time it and all that, So in a way, we're also teaching them science and mathematics. So these things are not too difficult once we're able to open our eyes and our hearts to them and then pass the knowledge to them. Okay, we can also create fun time for the children. Fun time for them. We can have play dates. We'll probably tell them at so time, so period, to take them out to meet with their friends, But we should ensure such are done under proper supervision. I would like to say that it could be on the weekends when we're around, or that their friends' parents are around or something. When they come together to work, to play, they learn teamwork and the likes. Then we can also make them paint and draw for grandparents. We can make them write letters. Just write letter to your friend. Let them write it. We don't necessarily have to take those letters to the recipients. And if we can mark, let's grade it. Let them see, this is what I scored. If you ask them to write again, they want to do better, so they could score better than what they have done. So we have a lot of activities we can engage kids with during periods.
This is a very beautiful one.
Thank you very much. I love it.
Yeah. When you are listing out these the chores, what we need to, the activities that kids and schools should get to do during this holiday, something popped to my mind. I look at Lara. Lara is in 9 to 6 work. She's working in an establishment where her daughter is out there. Having this time to do all this, she needs a stay-at-home mom that can stand in, teach them. Because I think Saturdays Lara would like to rest and do other things. Personally,
you cannot rest on Saturday.
So I was like, how can a mom who is a career woman do all these things? Because sometimes, I know that summer school is a place the parents will still go, you're making noise, still go to school. Then one thing I also want you to advise the parents is, those that are career ladies, career mothers, what should they do? Because they still insist on going to, taking their children to summer school, holiday coaching, for them to keep them busy till they are back, at least they are safe there. So what should you advise those mothers to do? Because still when they get there, of course, it is trying to keep them abreast so that they don't forget. Like you said earlier, I know some children that will come back to school, man, when you start teaching them, that first week of resumption, second week, we are trying to do revision on what we did, and all that. So what should you advise people like us, our career mothers?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank God for the kind of the schools we have these days. We learn from Western world. It's not like what we used to have in those days. In fact, like currently, summer school is ongoing in our school. I know what schools are doing. The extracurricular activities are captured in what we do currently. Trainings for the children, craft, art and craft, bead making and the likes. So for parents who are probably engaged and their children are in summer schools, I want to believe that such activities have been taken care of, would have been captured in what they'll be taught during summer school, in most cases, from what I gather. And if for whatever reason such activities are not done, I still feel that that's why parenting is a lot. You know, yes, we are busy, but we can still be intentional about what we do with our kids. Yes, because it's a matter of setting that priority. They are the future. So if we don't give them all they need to thrive tomorrow and meet their peers, it will become a burden that will fall back on us. So it doesn't matter how, we may not be able to do it consistently as many times as those who are probably doing their own businesses and they're available throughout, but the little we can do, the little help we can give them, even if it is during the weekends, I want to encourage that career women, mommies that are busy should still get something to do. I mean, such plans for their children. And if we feel that we can't do it, I know certain services can be, or certain, how do I put it now, such, you know, task or such assignments can be assigned to people who can help. If we talk to the right people, maybe to get somebody that will probably come to the house weekend to take them. We may not necessarily have to be the one to start teaching how to do that, to do that, and we really want your child. So if we're really on the lookout and we know what we want for them, we should be able to get those who can help pass and train them, you know, pass such knowledge to them.
Okay, Lola.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for that robust expose. How do you strike a balance, a good balance with not over, especially not, so you don't overwhelm the child with all of these activities, because you know, even they have been learning all through the holiday, all through the school period and that, and now it is holidays. You are still telling me I still need to go to school. I still need to, yes, I might not have to wake up so early, but I still need to go to school. I want to sit down at home and watch television. How do you strike a balance?
A balance. The kind of learning done at this time is a fun learning. You could see that summer school runs for 3 or 4 hours maximum. If anybody is doing beyond, just because like you said, it should be just little, so that they can remember what they learned and then introduce little more since we are preparing them for the new session. So it's fun learning per se, It won't be like that thorough work that we normally do when schools are in session.
I still have this to ask. What about these parents that they don't have the time, they just expose their children to screen? They want to just distract them with the screen. And most of the things that pop up are things that disastrous to them, that might endanger their mind, their little mind. What can you say about that? Is it okay for parents to throw screen to their kids?
In my opinion, and from my little findings, it's not the best way to engage children.
Definitely.
Basically because we don't have control over what comes or what is on the air. So it is not, except even if we want them to do that, we can download apps, you know, new learning, stuff where they can learn things. You know, that's intentional, unlike just give them access to do whatever they want online. No, we end up not helping such children. Of course, we love to do it because somehow you will just, that child will be engaged throughout the time you need to concentrate and achieve, but it's not the best. We should desist from such. We should desist from
Okay, now you talked about going to summer school, skill acquisition. What about reconnecting with family members? Because I know it's a culture for certain families, it's the dynamic way of reconnecting with people. They travel during the long holidays, they take their kids, their words to the grandma, to the village. So is that also a form of learning? Because, you know, these kids tend to have the most fun. I mean, the biggest experience. I remember back in school, I never had that experience. There was no village for me to go to. We're still going to be at home. But for some of my classmates that come back and anytime you're being told to write how I spent my holiday.
Right.
They would write and write, and
So it's like reporting what they experienced.
so while I would be struggling to, fill up a page, to write, and you could tell from the excitement how their faces lit up and all that. So is that also a form of education? Is this something? Is it a good thing to continue? Because you haven't mentioned any of that.
It's a good thing to continue. It is a good thing. Human beings, we are social beings. So we should teach them. We should give them such opportunities, especially if there are places we can take them to and that we are comfortable taking them there. One thing I would advise is it doesn't matter where we are taking them, maybe our father, our grannies, and uncle, we should be sure the environment is safe for them.
Definitely.
Some of these terrible things we hear about happen during holidays.
Yes.
When somebody will just take their children somewhere, you don't have control over what happened over there. Some of them were exposed to terrible things, porn and stuff like that. So I will only advise that we should be sure that the environment we are taking them is safe. If possible, I have some friends who, whenever they want their kids to travel to family members or relatives, they directly take their leave during those periods. So they are there with the children. So we can also do that. So traveling is part of learning, ma. It is, because when they travel, they know you tell them stories on the way, and the bonding is there, and those are the things that we will remember. Even the children, they remember after now. So it's a good one.
Okay, now we have to really go, but I want you to share your thoughts, your last words, something you want parents to even know about or to do or undo during this holiday period and the coming ones.
It's okay, ma. I just want to say that because the holidays, I think 4 weeks is already gone. We have 3 weeks to go. That parents are preparing for resumption. Kids went with list of books. If you haven't gotten those books, let's start getting the textbooks. That's for those ones that parents can get on their own. Torn uniforms should be replaced. Let's be prepared and resume with excitement. It's a new session. Everything should be new as God gives us grace. Yes, we're not able to change their back.
Sometimes being new can break the bank.
That's why I said that God gives us grace. Yes.
Definitely.
Then I also want to say that in the middle of all that, we should tell them to set goals for themselves for the next session. What do you want to have? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What position do you want to have at the end of this coming session? So that will drive them to start working towards it right from the beginning. So they resume with that mindset that you are going with this. This must always remain in you. This is my goal this session. This is what I want to pursue. So, and then we should also tell them to probably suggest to us rewards that they want us to give them
when
to be able to meet that goal. And if it's something too much for us, you can negotiate.
Okay.
You can negotiate. Those things will prepare them and drive them to work towards achieving the best possible, excellence in their studies. I also want to say that we should remember at all times that children are gifts from God. So whatever we do to them should be to the glory of God, as God gives us grace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very
It's very insightful talking to you. Many thanks for sharing, part of your knowledge with us. We appreciate it. And that was Mrs. Rosemary Adewale, and she actually gave us an explicit explanation on how to make this particular holiday count, and even the many more to come. Many thanks to you, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the program.
I appreciate you.
It's always fun to have you here.
Thank you.
As a dazzling Ebony. Thank you too, Lola.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on the program. It's such a beautiful one here on Ladies Rendezvous. I hope you learned a lot on the program today, because I did. Now I know that my toddler has to read, less screen time, and then we have to buy plenty of new things. I don't like that part.
You must be intentional.
I don't like the plenty new things part, but it's okay. It's okay. Wishing you a very, very productive week. I'm holding on to that word, productivity. Have a very productive week. It's Lara Emmanuel saying bye-bye. See you next week.
Bye.